talk when the cap comes off, yeah. I don't really give a fuck, I'ma let you walk, yeah. Let me live my life, I'ma let you do you, yeah. I just wanna have fun and with my feet kicked back, drinking hand, meditate about getting back. Chase good vibes, protect me, tell no lies and keep my peace. I just might have hurt my liver, 7-day bender, yeah, I'm a sinner. Full-time sender, when a chicken dinner. Truth don't bend her, lies, I'm no swimmer. That's this pussy, then my eyes get wide, silent killer. Pride go hide, mood tight like Miller. On my DT shit, blunts feel gorilla. Then I'm stuck in the same spot, work ethic vanilla. At least I'm working, and the road's real rocky, so I'm swerving. Daily hoes coming to, I'm not deserving. Pissed a few too many off, but I'm learning. Burning bridges that burn me. I don't really wanna talk when the cap comes off, yeah. I don't really give a fuck, I'ma let you walk, yeah. Let me live my life, I'ma let you do you, yeah. I just wanna have fun and
Yo! Welcome back. Authentic Vibes Only, episode 11. There was going to be 3 more steps to this mini series. I mean, there still is, but instead of doing 3 more episodes, we're actually going to wrap it all up today for you guys. We're excited to wrap it up, honestly. Like, we don't want to just get through it, but we're excited to like give you guys the last steps and then get on and get some guests in here for you guys and have a couple new points of view and perspective. So we're going to wrap up with the last 3 steps in the mini series on how to become your true authentic self. Before we get started, I want to shout out Valiant. Remember the song at the beginning, Keep My Peace by Valiant. Go run the streams up. Check out his other work, his discography, all that shit. You know, he's about to be dropping a single, Had to Let Go. It's coming out. And then after that, he'll be dropping every 3 weeks. So keep up with him. Keep running up the streams. I appreciate that. Also, another shout out to my homie, Jerry. He's a good ass homie. He has his own clothing brand. The brand's Vision right here. I'll link Riley's fucking Valiant Riley, all his stuff for you guys so you can run up the streams, and I'll link all Jerry's socials and his websites. You guys can get some Vision gear. Go support the homies. But yeah, let's get into it. I appreciate the homies, and let's get into this episode. Start with you, Jordan. Step 5, guys. We're almost to the end here. Step 5, taking daily action towards authenticity. And Jordan, let's hear what you got to say about taking some daily action. What does that consist of? Maybe for you, but in general, like, what does that consist of?
Right. So in general, I feel like it just depends on where you're at along that stage and kind of where you're at along that process. I know for myself, what I like to do is I like to journal every single day, in the morning and at night. You know, in the morning, I'm saying like, oh, these are the things that I'm grateful for. These are the things that my top 3 things that I want to do today, type of thing. And then at the end of the day, I say like, what did I do? You know, how did my day go? Was there something that I could have improved upon? So that's kind of what I like to do as just a step. And then another one for myself is making sure that whoever I am interacting with and I am talking to, they have my full attention throughout the whole entire day. So it's not going to be like, oh, for instance, we're on this podcast right now, and you know, we're talking back and forth, but I'm just like glancing over, looking at my phone type of deal when you're trying to speak, you know? So trying to just be present in the moment is another daily action that I try to take. Do I do it 100% of the time? No, I don't think that's necessarily possible. But I do think that if you are able to give yourself a little breaks throughout the day here and there, like for yourself to kind of recharge, and then when you go into, you know, a meeting or talking with somebody, I do think that is very realistic and possible to achieve. And then another step for myself is just holding myself accountable for my own personal goals. And that can be different for everybody, whatever that is for you. But for me, it's going to the gym, you know, 5 to 6 times a week. So I'd say almost every day I'm going to the gym. And if I'm not going to the gym, I'm still doing like some push-ups, sit-ups, you know, stretching, stuff like that. Can't forget about reading either, bro. Another
What?
important. Can't forget about reading. Another important one.
Oh, reading. Yeah, reading. I read too, so I can't say nothing. I definitely think that's part of my taking daily action towards finding my authentic self is finding time to read. We talked about this before, but just reading like 10 pages a day, you know, you can get through a ton of books throughout the year. I'm slacking on it a little bit, but yeah, I need to start focusing on taking daily action myself. I think I've been struggling on it in a few aspects of my life, but I like where you went with. You even included another step for us. You said being present in the moment. That was step 3 is being present. No, step 2, being present. So you included that into part of this step, and taking daily action is just being present in whatever you're doing and finding your true authentic self in taking daily action. It's a lot of stuff we've talked about, you know, like Jordan said, journaling can be something for somebody, working out, reading, writing, same thing as journaling, meditation, any of that kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be specific. It's specific towards towards the person, towards who you are, towards what you like. And taking daily action really just has to do with the fact of making sure you take time throughout your day to focus on yourself and do things you enjoy. And yeah, just make sure you're doing things you enjoy throughout your day and not always doing stuff to please other people or doing stuff for other people. Like it can be anything, as you know, art's a good thing, creativity, working out, like we said, any sort of hobby is good. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as you enjoy it and it's bringing peace and joy to your life, do it, and make sure you make time for that every day. I think I was going somewhere else with this. Yeah, these things can really just change your day, and it's just important that no matter how much time it is, that you just set aside some sort of time. It can be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a half hour, whatever you want to make it. Just do something throughout your day that makes your day feel good, makes you feel good, brings you peace of mind, whatever the case may be. And yeah, get your priorities straight. Excuse me. And all that shit, bro. I don't know. All that shit when it comes to taking daily action, it has to go with our quote last week, you know. And that's just like, yeah, you just have to take the action. It doesn't matter how much it is, how much time it is. Just make sure you're taking a little bit of action each day and stepping towards finding yourself and being your true self. And also when it comes to taking action towards your goals.
Yep. You know, it all goes down to, two quotes. One back from football where I'm sure you'll remember this every single morning practice. You'd hear, be better today than we were yesterday and be better tomorrow than we were today type of ordeal. And also the thing of, being so focused on watering your own grass that you're not checking to see if other people's grass is greener because you want to keep on, building yourself, and as you go along your journey, wanting to be the best you that you can be type of idea and ideology, which goes very well with this of taking that daily action because, how was I gonna say? The only way that you're gonna be able to climb a mountain is by taking one step at a time, right? You can't just fucking take one giant ass leap.
No, exactly. And it's crazy that once you start taking these steps or actions towards stuff you enjoy and your goals, you'll find it crazy how far you've come in how little time. Maybe it may seem like it's taking forever, but then, yeah, we talk about reevaluating yourself and evaluating and stuff like that to really be present and understand where you have come from. When you do that, after taking all these little steps and then you reevaluate and you see how far you come, you're going to be like, holy shit, I've come so far. And we've already talked about this, but I've come so far. And I thought, like maybe it was a year, but that year may have felt, like 2 months to you. It comes and goes pretty fast, and those steps add up quickly.
That's just a perfect segue to step number 6.
It really is. And because step number 6 is taking a step back to gain perspective. And that's basically what I just said. It's after all this stuff is happening, and maybe there's some problems going on, or whatever the case may be, is you got to take a step back and evaluate how far you've come and where you've come from. But also taking a step back and gaining perspective, when there's a lot of problems going on, it's easy to lose complete focus on the good and on all the good things you're doing for yourself. And maybe it's hard to have positive self-talk and see the bigger picture. So when you take a step back and remove yourself from those situations and think about it, and just take some time off, it really will change everything. It's just like a little reset. You always can use a break. You don't have to be working hard 24/7 every day of the week. Everyone needs a break. Everyone needs a day off. Maybe it's a week. You go take a vacation. But like we said, you want to do stuff that you enjoy and stuff. But even when you're doing that stuff every day and you have work on top of that and stuff, you still need to go enjoy life in other ways and take vacations, travel, go see friends, go out. If you feel like going out, you could have a few drinks, whatever the case may be. It's okay to take time off and rest. Like, people think that's a problem, but it's not in human nature to constantly be working and be on the grind 24/7. And you're going to suffer from that if that is the case. You need breaks here and there. And there's actually like a bunch of studies, that taking one day off a week that you literally do nothing, and not and do nothing. I mean, like, anything really like work related and shit like that, like those people are happier and are more successful and all that kind of stuff. And exactly, Jordan's agreeing with me right now. I know he's read the same articles and the same studies about that stuff, because that stuff's important. Rest is important. Days off are important. Vacations are important. Family, friend time, girlfriend time, downtime, all that stuff's important.
Period. Mic drop.
Nothing. You got nothing else to say on it, huh? That's fine. That's cool. I mean, if you think I hit that right there, yeah, I think that was a perfect segue. And what else is there to say? Just sometimes take that step back and look at yourself and what you're doing from a different perspective. And taking breaks and time off and vacations can help you do that.
Yeah.
I
There's
know.
actually,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just going off of that, I don't know why this just popped in my head, but I actually saw a TikTok like a day or two ago, and it was this dude who was crap. What did he work as? He worked as like a middle manager or something of the sort at some big warehouse or something, and he was saying how he felt like his job was super important. He was like such a super important person in the organization because he was so efficient and was just producing at such a higher level than everybody else. And he's like, listen, I was so scared to take days off, and I was doing so good, but guess what? When I left that company, they found someone to replace me within 3 days, and I was like, well, shit, I guess I really wasn't that important. And then he segued into being like, I really wish I took more of my paid time off because it's there to use. I should have used it. And he's like, moving forward, I do use it all the time because it's important. And my life isn't just dictated of working, 25/9. It's more of when I'm at work, yes, I'm going to work, but I'm also going to live my life and enjoy it too.
Nah, I agree. I'm gonna add one more thing to this, actually, because honestly, I feel like with the same thing with I said, reading, I've been struggling and struggling. It's time for me to do a reset. I'm not gonna lie and say that it's not. I kind of feel like taking daily action. I've been failing to do some of those things that I was doing every day that made me feel good. And I also feel like I put on Snap last week, or I don't remember, a couple days ago, over the weekend, maybe. I don't know. Basically, I don't know. I'm suffering from burnout. I'm having a horrible insomnia. I'm sleeping probably 3 hours a night max. I'm not going to bed till like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. every night. I can't sleep. When I do sleep, I don't sleep well. I wake up fucking multiple times a night. And then I wake up late. I go straight to work. I'm not taking care of myself. I'm going to the gym still, but I'm not eating the best right now either. And I'm just working so much, dude. And I know that Jordan's the same way, like a workaholic, dude. It's just like I'm working a 9 to 5, and that's I had to pick up some extra shifts, family business. I'm open to doing that. Sometimes it sucks, but I'm open to help out. But it gets me backed up on a lot of this stuff, right? They're not forcing it on me, but I feel liable to do it because it is the family business and I want to help out. So I was picking up a couple extra shifts this last couple weeks here and there. So that's making me work more. I'm getting behind on other work. But anyways, I'm working 9 to 5. I come straight home every day and I'm doing freelance work for whatever clients and then I'm focusing right on this brand, like there's a lot going on behind the scenes right now with the brand that you guys aren't seeing. It'll come to life soon. Like I said, like I'm saying it's been a lot of work and I do feel burnt out, but I know I'm going to feel good after, but also like take it from me, like after this first drop, because that's what I put on Snapchat is I'm going to work my ass off for you guys. Cause I'm excited for it. And, I can take a break from freelancing. I can get more days off at my 9 to 5 because I'm gonna go back to 3 days off a week. We're back to full staff, but I can take days off from the podcast, and I think you guys will respect that and understand that I almost asked Jordan to take this week off, to be honest, because I really am having a hard time. I'm burnt the fuck out. I need a break, but I'm gonna keep grinding out. I know I'm telling you guys not to do that, but I'm gonna grind out until we get this drop out. I'm excited for the drop. I'm gonna grind out. We're gonna get the drop out, and as soon as it drops out, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We may take a week off the podcast, and I'm gonna take a week off probably from freelancing. And, I may not. I may take a week off from work. I don't know if the money's right, all that kind of stuff. I may take a mini vacation. I don't know. But either way, I know over the summer I'm going to be taking vacations. I have a best friend that lives in Kentucky, Charlie. I go visit him every year. So I'll be seeing him. I'm sure me and Jordan will hook up for some sort of fucking little get together. I mean, we're already getting together this weekend, but I'm sure we can handle a couple days somewhere. I mean, I'll be going to Vegas, so I'll be getting some vacations here soon. Summertime's always the best time to take more time off, but I'm not going to stop. But yeah, I'm not going to lie to you guys and sit here. I need to take a step back, gain perspective myself, and get out of this burnout funk because yeah, I am burnt the fuck out, and I'm preaching to you guys that that's what you need to do to find your true authentic self. And myself, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I still struggle sometimes to say no, especially right now. Like I'm behind. I'm not behind on client work. I got caught up by fucking not sleeping, like I ain't been sleeping. So I'm not behind on that, but I am behind on our brand a little bit, but that stuff I can get caught up on. But I also like when it comes to clients right now, it's that's one thing in life that I have not mastered being able to say no to. I feel like you had to, when you say yes to a client and taking them on, you have to work towards their needs, right? And you have to just do what they want. And that's something that's hard in design, because even if you think it's a good design, like they may not like it. And that's okay, because that's their work. Like it's your work, but really it's their work. Mm-hmm. But what I'm having a problem with when it comes to clients is allowing myself to take on too many. Like I don't have like a huge client list, right? I probably have I think I'm up to like 10 right now. And not all the time am I working with all of them, but I feel like new ones keep coming, and they keep coming at just times that I have so much work. And then I still say yes to taking them on. And, so like, I'm just burnout. I'm doing a lot of fucking shit. A lot of stuff you guys don't see. It's cool. I'm not asking for pity. I'm just telling. I'm being transparent with you guys because that's what this is about. So yeah, I'm feeling burnout. I'm having a lot of symptoms and signs of it, with the insomnia and not eating right, not even being that hungry. I'm eating literally one time a day, and that's horrible. Just my body hurts. Like, I've been having some issues with the nerve, and when I'm going through this type of fatigue, it makes that stuff worse. I've been going in and out of the doctor for that kind of stuff. My anxiety and depression gets worse when I'm burnt out like this. Like, a lot of things factor into that. So I'm ready to get this drop out. I'm not going to rush it for you guys, but I'm going to be transparent. Like, I'm burnt out and I'm ready for you guys to see the drop and get it done. So I'm going to grind for you guys to get that out by the end of the month, and that's going to get done. And I know you guys will appreciate it. I know you guys will like it. And then once that's done, I know I'm gonna have a lot of weight lifted off my shoulders, and I could take some time because we probably won't have another drop. I mean, it's gonna go amazing. I know it is. I'm manifesting that. I don't care what you guys think. It's gonna go amazing. But
Damn right it is.
once that sells out, I don't know when our next drop will be. Could be very soon after, but I know that I'm gonna take some time off, give Jordan some time off. We could take a week off from the podcast. We'll see how things are going. It'll be close to May. I know his school probably getting out pretty soon. And yeah, we're both gonna need time off. I know I do. I know he's a workaholic as well. If he wants to speak on it, I know he can, because he's working like 3-4 jobs. If you count what we're doing here as a job, which it is, like, it's fun, it's a hobby. I love doing it, but it's still a lot of work. And I know he's working like 3-4 jobs. He's in grad school. We got to make time for friends, family, still time for us to go out or have fun. And like we're talking about, gaining perspective and taking daily action towards our own goals, and fitting all that stuff in gets really hard when we have all this stuff going on. So take this from people that are doing all of it. Like, it's hard, and we still try our best to do those things.
Yeah. I actually just took a week of not doing shit, basically, and went out of town this last weekend for the Final Four. So that was really fun. Just letting my body recharge from working out and not doing as much work necessarily, not really doing as much school either. Just being like, all right, I'm just going to take like a chill week type of thing, which was really nice because now I'm like super fully energized, ready to go. Just speaking from like what I like to do now, of like having to manage the 3 different jobs I have, as well as putting time into this and school and all that different shit, is I bracket out my time. I think we talked about this before in a previous podcast, but I bracket out my time of being like, all right, from this time to this time, I'm only doing this. Like, that's it. Once that time's over, that I'm not working on this for the rest of the day because I need to do other shit. So for me, it's like I can focus on that, like just solely focus on it and attack it. And then if I don't get something done, well, I know I have time tomorrow to do it. And that's just like a normal thing. And then on Wednesdays, I do actually sleep in. I don't wake up until about like 7 o'clock as opposed to 4:30. And
you're crazy.
Don't go to the gym, and I don't do school. Like on Wednesdays, I just do one of my jobs, and that's it. Because then I use the rest of that day to just relax and kind of recharge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I do that, and then Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm up at about 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I don't stop doing shit until about 9:30. Sometimes 10 o'clock if I have like a lot of shit to do. But the whole thing is like, for me, that works for me because, I mean, if you ask my girlfriend or anyone else, that I'm close to, they'll be like, yeah, that's just Jordan. He's crazy like that because he can manage like all that huge workload. But not everyone is that way necessarily. So I guess if that's not you, that's okay. You don't have to feel, I guess, how do I want to say, pressure, so to speak, to try to ramp up to having that type of schedule if that's not going to work for you. Because then it's just going to lead to further burnout a hell of a lot quicker. But for me, I can manage it. And for me, that's how I am,
Yeah. This is what I got to say on it. Take it from 2 people that are very busy, and especially for this step, I'm gonna say take a step back and gain perspective. Take a step back and gain perspective, and if you're feeling in a rut at all, which I am, and I just sometimes, like creativity, especially because I'm burning out, is hard to come by. But take it from us, you take a break.
Yeah.
I'm at that point where I think I keep going through different burnout phases because I'm not taking enough time, you know? When I take time off, it's usually just a day. And I need more. And the problem with that is, like I said, the physical toll it does on you gets worse. Your body tells you, even if you're not physically doing work in like an athlete or anything along those lines, maybe if you're not even working out, when burnout gets so bad, physically you'll feel it. Your body will tell you. Mentally, your mind will tell you. Your body, mind, and all that shit will tell you and show you signs and symptoms when it's time and you really need a break. So listen to your mind and body, and that's something I've been not doing. I've been pushing past it, but like I said, it's coming. I'm gonna take a break, and I guess the last thing I gotta say is, like I said at the beginning of this step, every week, it's important. This is important. Every week, because I haven't even been doing this every week because I'm so, like I said, I'm behind. And it's important to take one day and not do shit. Like Jordan, and like he's saying, Wednesdays is like his day, and he still does some stuff, but then after that, he relaxes. And honestly, I don't even agree with that either. But I'm the same way, like, because I'm behind right now. I don't have a full day where I take and do nothing and just like relax and have a relaxing day and don't think about any sort of work or anything like that, and just work on like whatever hobby or anything of that, you know, like every day I'm doing something that is related, that is work related, that has someone else's priorities involved. And you need to take a day that is solely focused on yourself, no matter what, and has nothing to do with work and nothing like that. So, and like I said, sometimes it takes more than that. And also, like Jordan said, when it comes to this workload, managing it is okay, but like he said, it's also not great for you to take on as much as we're taking on. Don't sit back and do nothing, right? But right now we really are grinding, but the life isn't always about just grinding. You know, you need to have fun, all that stuff. You need to balance out fun, the grind, work, making money, taking time off, traveling, vacation, right? And all that shit is going to balance out for me in the next couple weeks. And Jordan's doing the same thing. He just got back off of vacation. So balance all that stuff out, and you don't have to keep as busy as a schedule as us to find your true authentic self or nothing like that. Like we're just doing a lot of extra work. And that's because we choose to, you know, you don't have to choose to do that. And even if you're not, and you're still feeling tired and you're not working multiple jobs or nothing like that, that's okay, bro. Everyone's different. Everyone can handle different stress management is different. Everyone workload is different, all that stuff. So whenever your body, mind, and all that shit's telling you to take a break, take a fucking break. That's all I'm saying.
Period. Boom. Braeden with the mic drops today. Number 2.
2 of them bitches. Tally them up. Last step. Sorry, it's a little bit of tangent, guys, but I want to be transparent with you guys on how I'm feeling and even me struggling on these steps. But let's get into the last step. Step 7. Recognize internal versus external influences. And this was Jordan's favorite step, especially. I think it was out of all of them. But for today, so we're going to let Jordan, he always goes first because I like to let Jordan go first because I talk longer. So I don't want to fucking be a dick and just keep interrupting him. And I like to go off what he says. So Jordan, go ahead and go first. And, you know, if I'm talking too much, just fucking interrupt me. But go ahead and let's see what you got to say about recognizing internal versus external influences, because I know this is something you really want to talk about.
Yeah, so this is my own personal opinion, my own personal preference upon this whole thing is the way you want to live your life is more from internal motivators as opposed to external motivators. Because at least in my own experience so far in my life, and even, you know, just reading about it and learning about each one, is the more that you have your own drive and your own purpose of why you're doing something, and you're not worried about whatever type of monetary reward or anything like that that's going to come that way, it always ends up being so much better than you could have ever imagined it being, as opposed to if you're doing something strictly for, you know, oh, you're going to get paid X amount of dollars, or it's going to give me this status, or I'm gonna be able to buy, I guess, this car and get like all the girls or stuff like that. And, like, sure, you could get there, but you're gonna find out that satisfaction that you would end up getting from it isn't really as high as if you were internally motivated, you know? Um, at least in my own experience. Like for me, if when I want to go after goals or anything of that sort, it's because I want to internally and I'm doing it for myself, not necessarily for an external type of tangible reward, not necessarily. And by doing so for myself, like it's about that whole journey and that process of getting there. And once I am able to reach that point, it's a lot more satisfactory as opposed to if I was just trying to reach like a certain tangible what's that word I'm looking for? God damn it, what's that word? Tangible reward, there we go. Type of thing.
Yeah, we talked about this. Can you hear me? Is it loud enough?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. We talked about this before the pod because, like I understand it, but that I look at it kind of in this, like I understand it, but I look at it in two ways. To me, internal motivation is obviously something that makes you feel some sort of way, and something on the inside that's pushing you to do and reach those things that don't, like he said, involve, I feel like, something that you can touch. I don't know. It's like a materialistic thing. That's kind of how I feel like it. But it also does have other aspects. But yeah, like Jordan said, there's so much more satisfaction when you have internally goals to reach and things you want to do and pursue and dreams, and then you have that drive inside of you and the willingness to fight through any obstacle, and then you feel that satisfaction opposed to receiving, I don't know, for me, like obviously I collect a lot of shoes. Obviously that is something that's an external motivator, but to me, like, it feels good to get a pair of shoes, but it's a very short-lived feeling. Like if I reach one of my goals, man, we just, maybe to you guys this isn't a lot, but to me, we just reached 150 downloads on our podcast. We're on episode 10. And to you guys, whatever, you don't, that doesn't mean a lot. That's not a lot, whatever. To me, that was one of the fucking greatest feelings ever. I don't know. It's the first 150 downloads of the episodes. And to me, yeah, that's a lot better feeling. And that happened last week, and I'm still feeling good about it today. And that's a week later, dude. Like, that's a goal, and just us taking the step towards doing something that we really wanted to do in life, and us reaching towards those goals, like we said, and having that drive and motivation on the inside to do that, and then reaching 150 downloads. I know that wasn't our external factor, to be honest. That's kind of an external factor, but that wasn't my goal. But just hitting that goal of 150, it feels good, and it's because, like, it feels good because, like, we know that we're still working hard and pushing. I know that's like mixing the two, because that is sort of like an external factor, because that's sort of like status or recognition, but it's not really recognition, because we're not being told who's watching. We're not being told who's listening. It just says a number. It doesn't give us any feedback. It doesn't have anyone giving us any sort of good comment, bad comment, nothing like that. It's just, we know that there's 150 people downloading our episodes, and that's an amazing feeling. So that's my example for that. But it feels better than external motivators is anything that to me is like materialistic. Like, we're stuck in a world nowadays, I feel like, we talked about this, but we just want to show off so much to other people that we worry too much. We worry too much about what other people think of us. And that is why it's so hard for us to find our true authentic selves, because instead of going inside of us and finding this stuff we truly like, or we want to do, or what we want to wear, or what we want to be, or what sport we want to play or not play sport, or what art we want to be in, what instrument we want to play, anything along those lines, we're looking at social media, and we're looking at celebrities, and we're looking at our friend group or people we want to accept us, and we're allowing that to drive every decision we make in life. And we want those people to give us recognition. We want to post on social media and know that those people like us and are liking our posts. And we want their expectations of us to be amazing, instead of holding ourselves accountable to have high expectations for ourselves, and recognizing ourselves that us reaching our goals and doing what we want to do in life that makes us happy, and finding that happiness inside is way more and a way better feeling than getting outside recognition and likes from other people, and status and money. And like,
Yep.
money is an amazing thing, but it's such a thing that's pushed in this world, as well as like likes and recognition, all that bullshit. It's like money doesn't buy happiness, right? That's a thing that's always said. I like that quote, but I don't like that quote, because money doesn't buy happiness. Money just makes things easier, right? But you hear all the time that all these rich people, like, they're still sad and depressed, and it's because they're solely were focused on just the money aspect of whatever project they were doing. They literally did it to make money, and that was it. And I think that's why with our brand and having it internally be a factor is it makes me feel good. I don't care how many viewers we have. I don't care how many likes we get. I don't care how much money we make off our drops, any of that shit. I'm doing this because it makes me feel good as a person. I like to do it. I enjoy talking about the stuff I talk about. I enjoy being open. I enjoy sharing my experiences, and I enjoy being able to give the world a better view and a better way to understand themselves and try to find themselves and come to themselves, and trying to evolve the world. And if people don't like that, that's fine. But it gives me pleasure, and it gives me more motivation. I don't know. So yeah, that's why I want to go with that. And I don't have anything else to say, but there's just so many external factors in today's world that too many people are just worried about others, that and what others think of them. That's basically what that last step is other people worrying about you. Like, who cares what fucking other people are saying about you? It don't matter.
It's true.
It don't
Doesn't.
matter. Just because you didn't get 50 likes on an Instagram post or 100 likes, does that mean you're a shit person? Does that mean that you can't be happy? No, none of that matters. It's literally a fake world anyways. It's the internet.
Yeah. It's just a thing of, no matter what you do, as long as you stay true to yourself and you know that anything that you are doing and everything that you're doing it because you want to do it, because you have a love for it, or a passion, or a drive, or it may just, even if it just makes you happy, that's all that really matters. If someone wants to hate on that, someone wants to comment negatively, then that shows more about their character as opposed to who you are as a person. And just because, like you're saying, if you don't get hundreds and hundreds of likes on your picture, that also doesn't degrade you as a person or anything of that sort either. And maybe people just didn't see it, or maybe people just didn't want to like it. At the end of the day, though, you posted whatever it is because you wanted to, and you shouldn't stop doing that just because you aren't getting an X amount of likes on it, or feel like you're being, devalued in any way either.
Yeah, like, especially me as a creator, even with this brand, like, it did seem hard at first, it was hard because I've talked to Jordan about this, and we know it's a grind to get viewers, to get likes, to get all that shit. But that's not the goal of this, right? But it's still like was in my head that's what we had to get to be successful. And that's not true. Like as long as I'm having fun here and all that, and I'm this is a goal of mine, is putting out episodes and all that shit, then I feel good. I don't care about the likes anymore. At first, like I was worried about it. And as a creator in design, like I post designs and for the longest time, like if I wasn't getting a certain amount of likes, like I felt like the design wasn't good. But with everything, especially art and anything creative and even pictures, like art and life is subjective, bro. It's all based on someone else's point of view and your point of view. So like what you're doing in your life, is based on your point of view. So if you like what you're doing, then you like what you're doing and you're having fun, you're happy. It doesn't matter. Even if it's art, like if you think the art's good and this is what it meant to you, then it's good. That's what it meant to you. It can be shit, to be honest, but you still had fun doing it. It doesn't really matter. Like it's good to you. You had fun doing it, all that stuff. And it could mean something else to somebody else or any of that. Everything in life is pretty much subjective, to be honest. Everything's based off other people's opinions, other people's point of views, all that shit. So when it comes to finding your true authentic self, you just gotta, with everything, you just gotta do you, be happy, be you, all that shit. We say this all the time, but like everything just leads to that. Everything in life in becoming your true authentic self is just literally going inside, finding what you like, finding who you want to be, and showing that off and being okay to show that off and not worrying about what others had to say about all that stuff. And I don't know if Jordan has anything else to say, but I want to go straight into the quote of the day with this because it all ties in. It's like a tie up of all this mini series, and the quote ties up what we're talking about here right now. So
let's do it.
So I'm gonna apologize now just in case I mispronounced this, but it's by Neil Pasricha, the author of the book You Are Awesome. It's got a quote in this article we've been doing a lot of this mini series based off of. And quote says, when you're authentic, you end up following your heart and you put yourself in places and situations and in conversations that you love and that you enjoy. You meet people that you like talking to, you go places you've dreamt about, and you end up following your heart and feeling very fulfilled.
That's a damn good quote. Now, I'm gonna say, yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is, I guess, taking it, like tying it all together, is living your life with the purpose and you being in that driver's seat of saying, this is like, it's my life and this is what I want to do with it because, these are the things I like, these are the things I don't like, these are the things that bring value to me, things that make me happy, the hobbies I have, people I like to interact with, keeping that inner circle, like everything that we just talked about, encompassing it all of you being in charge of your own life and you being in that driver's seat to really, I guess, put together the purpose that you want for your life, as opposed to the flip side is where you're going to be sitting down and might be complaining about XYZ or whatever the case may be, but not taking any steps to change it, and instead just sitting where you're currently at in a negative mind space or a negative environment, so to speak, where you're not your authentic self yet, or maybe you're just not even where you want to be yet, but you're just sitting there in sorrow as opposed to taking action. And when you do take that action, and whatever the case may be, it does get you along that journey of being your true authentic self, which then will just spiral and domino effect into all these different avenues in life to where you have that control of your purpose. And then you can, like it says, live your authentic life. And the whole thing for that, and the greatest thing, is that living your authentic life is specifically for you. It doesn't have to be the same as, your parents or your siblings or your spouse or your friends. Like it's your own specific thing. And I think that's what the greatest part about it is because you don't have to base your life upon other people because it's yours. And however way you want to put that together, it's always going to be a wonderful thing at the end of the day.
Yeah, man. I love where you took that, and it's really just like you said, putting yourself in the driver's seat of your life. It's your life. You're driving around, man. You're got your foot on the gas, and you make any decision, any left turn, any right turn, go straight, go in reverse. You pick all that shit, and like you said, when it comes to becoming your authentic self, when you become your authentic self, you're happier, you're more confident, you have greater satisfaction, less stress, all that shit. And basically what those stats entail in becoming your true authentic self is what you said too. It is being in the driver's seat and just taking control of every aspect of your life. It's friends, it's family, it's relationships, it's your mind that you're taking control of, it's your hobbies you're taking control of, it's taking steps and reaching your goals, finding yourself, and not letting anybody tell you what to do, the internet tell you what to do, any external thing tell you what to do or who to be, any of that. And when you're your authentic self, it's kind of a never-ending journey, but once you finally get on that journey and you're able to actually you can probably go through these steps, and you might have to re-go through them. It's a never-ending journey, but once you're on that journey and you lose sight of it a little bit, like I said, I'm losing sight of it. I know, at least I feel like once you're on it and you lose sight of some of these things, you're actually aware that you're losing sight. So then it's easier to hop back on. So it is a never-ending journey in staying authentic, in being authentic, and things change and you change. But when you are your true authentic self, and I'm gonna relate this to the spirituality of part of it is it's you live in flow, like we talked about a flow state, but you live in a better flow. Creativity and abundance flow to you, bro. They come to you effortlessly, right? And living in your core values and trust, it allows you to trust yourself and believe in your core values and push through obstacles when they come on your path. And just basically when you're just being your authentic self, man, everything it flows to you better and through you better because you're flowing out what you want into the world, and then that shit's flowing back to you. And we talk about like you get to pick where you're at, but when you're living to your true authentic self, bro, the universe sends you what you need because it's all flowing to you and through you, because it's the wavelength and the vibration that you're on as a person. The same types of vibes and wavelengths and vibrations are flowing back to you. So when you're your true authentic self, authentic things come to you. Authentic people come to you. Authentic relationships come to you. More positive things come to you because you're on a different vibration. So living in inauthenticity and being an inauthentic person most of the time is living a life that's not yours. You're living a life that others want and what you believe others want to see out of you, and that's just self-sabotage. And that's one of the biggest factors. I think that's the one reason that everyone or most people struggle on being authentic. It's just, it sucks, to be honest, because I do struggle in those things too, like I said. But the way life's come and with social media and all that shit and seeing what everyone else is doing and just being so worried about status nowadays, I think has ruined a lot of people's authenticity. That's all I got.
You want to do a quick little overview of those 7 steps we did, Mr.
Yeah.
Braeden?
To end off, we'll go over the 7 steps. And if you want to find this article, we've researched other stuff. It's not just this article, right? Okay. It's not just through reading articles either. It's through experiences. And we picked this article because it's one of the best articles that can relate to a lot of our experiences and stuff we want to talk about. But if you want to find the article, it's on soulsalt.com. And that has the 7 steps. But that was the main article we took from. But like I said, we've done our research. We've been through stuff in our journeys. And yeah, that's how we came about this mini series. But we'll go through the 7 steps real quick. Remember, step 1 was take personal inventory. And what does that entail again? It's just what things you like to do, what people you like to be around, and what situations in life just make you feel happy and make you feel the best and alive the most, and what people make you feel that way. And then step 2 is be present. And that's just being more aware and being grounded in the moment and understanding where you're at and what you're doing, and basically like getting in touch with your senses, like actually being present, like looking around type shit. Yeah. And not just living in some stuck flow where you're every day just going through the motions and losing everything and not recollecting anything or having like any memory really. It's just like, oh God, I'm so stuck in a flow that I'm literally just going through the motions. Step 3, build your social support system. There's that tongue twister again. Social support system, social support system, social support system. But that is has to do with the tiers we said. To me, that's the way I like to look at it. And that is tier 1 would be acquaintances. Tier 2 is friends. Tier 3 is best friends. And if you want to put another tier, but this could be probably like tier 3, but tier 4 would be like people so close, like best friends, I guess, but people that are so close, they're like family, they're not blood, but they're family to you. And that's who your soul circle is. Your soul family is, and that's who is in that social support system is the people that no matter what encourage you and support you in everything you do. And if you got people that are doing the opposite of that, you need to bump them down a tier and keep doing it until they change their ways, or they don't change their ways and they literally just get so low that you don't even interact with them anymore type shit. So they completely get out of the support, the social system.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got step 4, which is speak your truth. And that was about the 4 different kinds of communication. And that was, you have passive communicating, and that's where you just don't say anything or how you feel really. You just let everyone talk over you. You have aggressive and dominant conversations, and that's when you have someone, or you are the type of person that just controls the conversation, doesn't let anyone else talk, and you don't listen to what others are saying. You have passive aggressive, and that means you or the person you're speaking with has so much sarcasm and dishonesty that it just doesn't allow for authentic conversation. And then you have the last one, which is assertive communication, and that's the one that we want to be the goal. And that's expressing your needs and listening to others when they speak, keeping eye contact, giving people your undivided attention, and allowing yourself to set boundaries in those conversations and with people, and being able to say no when you need to. But also, like I remember we said, be respectful when it comes to that. Like there's a respectful way to go about that, and there's a disrespectful way. And step 5 talked about today, take daily action. It can be a 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, but take some action in planning out your day, journaling, meditating, doing some sort of hobby, making sure that you're doing stuff that is for you, and it has nothing to do with anybody else. Basically, it solely focuses on bettering yourself for the day and stuff that you want to do and get in, and it could be exercise, sleeping more, anything like that. Like I said, journaling, sleeping more, meditating, exercise, or a sport you play, stuff that you enjoy and want to do. Make sure you make time for that every day. Take a step back and gain perspective, and that's really taking time off. Make sure you get rest. Remember that studies show that having one rest day a week and it can be multiple. I mean, you don't want to get too behind. You don't want to push it too off. Like, there's times for that and there's not times for that. Like I said, if you feel like you need more, man, take a vacation, take a week off, whatever the case may be, you know? But I'm saying make sure that at least one day a week you have a day where you literally just rest. You let your mind, your body, your soul recover. You just chill out. You're not doing work. You're doing things and that just make you feel better. Whatever it is, sleep, meditating all day, going for a walk. It's kind of like taking action stuff. It's a little like that, but it doesn't have to be action. Like, you can literally just lay around all day. It can literally just be full on rest. And then the last step, and that's recognize internal versus external influences. And that's listening to yourself and knowing what inside of you makes you and makes you go and makes you want to reach your goals that have nothing to do. And it's just those feelings inside of you that have nothing to do with something external, like people's likes on social media or money or your status or recognition from others or someone else's expectations or just materialistic things like buying shoes, a car, whatever it is, and those are the 7 steps that we talked about in this mini series. And I hope that those 7 steps in finding your true authentic self can help you guys more and help you guys understand what being your authentic self is about. And if you don't, just, I'll say rewatch it. I don't know. I think rewatch it, look up the article yourself. I can even link it in the YouTube video. Research it more. The last thing, I'm going to say is, we talked about it, is even with these steps, and we talked about it before, even with these steps is everyone's journey is different. We've said a million times, everyone's journey is different. These steps might not work exactly for you, but they're kind of just like building blocks, and it may not be the exact same as this step, but somehow I feel like most of these, the things you do when it comes to finding your authentic self will relate to these 7 steps. And that's why we chose this article. That's why we wanted to focus mainly on this article, and these 7 steps were the steps that we chose to talk about. So that's it for this week, guys. Be looking forward to our drop. We have our shoot this weekend in Chicago. We're fucking excited for that. Next week, also be looking forward to a new guest. As of right now, the guest hasn't answered that I asked, but if it's not the guest I'm thinking it's going to be, there will still be a guest. So just be looking forward to a guest. We'll probably throw some sneak peeks to who it is, or like let you guys know who it is on socials throughout the week. Leading up, we'll post clips of this podcast, and then we'll also post clips or videos or a little about me, about who our next guest is, just to get you guys more involved, to get more involved on social stuff like that. Also, hopefully you listened all the way through. If you didn't, that fucking sucks. You're missing out. But also,
go watch the videos, bro. Come on.
Well, whatever. If you didn't, like, I'm not gonna be mad. That's your choice. But if you did, get us to 100 subscribers on YouTube, and you'll be entered into our giveaway for our first drop. I'll give away a free T-shirt to whoever gets in. We got 20 right now. To you guys, maybe that's not a lot, whatever. But we get us to 100, the first 100 subscribers, I'm entering into a giveaway for a free T-shirt, and maybe more. Maybe I'll give away a gift card or something if I'm really feeling good. We'll see what happens. But enter into the giveaway. Subscribe on YouTube. Maybe we'll do an Instagram giveaway also to get a little bit more interaction. I think. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'm open to doing a couple giveaways. I don't care. I want you guys involved. Not, like I said, I'm not worried about the money. Like I want you guys to enjoy the drop, and I want more people to be a part of the brand. It's not even for recognition. I just want people to be a part of this and enjoy who they are, and be comfortable in who they are, and listen to this stuff and watch this stuff, and be able to just become comfortable in who they are in finding their true authentic self, and being okay with that, and not worrying what others say and shit like that. So I'm open to doing giveaways if that brings more people. and all that shit. You know, I'll give away free shit. You know, I'll eat the cost. I ain't worried about that stuff. I just want people to tune in just to better people, and that has nothing to do with me. You know, like it's for the world. You know, I want people to be better for the world, for themselves, and that's amazing. That's what this is about. So hopefully, if I can do that stuff, if I do that stuff and that brings more people, that's what I got to do. You know, it doesn't matter to me. I just want more people to be on board, just so they can find themselves and be cool with that. So that's it for this week. Thanks, Jordan. It was a good episode. Always is. Maybe a little bit longer, but it's the last episode of the mini series. And thanks for watching. You guys have a good week. See you guys next week.
I don't really wanna talk when the cap comes off, yeah. I don't really give a fuck, I'ma let you walk, yeah. Let me live my life, I'ma let you do you, yeah. I just wanna have fun and with my feet kicked back, drinking hand, meditate about getting back. Chase good vibes, protect me, tell no lies and keep my peace. I just might have hurt my liver, 7-day bender, yeah, I'm a sinner. Full-time sender, when a chicken dinner. Truth don't bend her, lies, I'm no swimmer. That's this pussy, then my eyes get wide, silent killer. Pride go hide, mood tight like Miller. On my DT shit, blunts feel gorilla. Then I'm stuck in the same spot, work ethic vanilla. At least I'm working, and the road's real rocky, so I'm swerving. Daily hoes coming to, I'm not deserving. Pissed a few too many off, but I'm learning. Burning bridges that burn me. I don't really wanna talk when the cap comes off, yeah. I don't really give a fuck, I'ma let you walk, yeah. Let me live my life, I'ma let you do you, yeah. I just wanna have fun and I don't think I'm special. Everybody around telling me I'm skipping levels. Devil on my shoulder saying trust my ego. Don't trust, never trust said evil. Cause when I did, bender from one sip. Trauma when I was a kid. It all came crashing down on me. Break me down and build me up. I don't need help, I do it myself. Roll it loud and lift me up. I'll put you in the liquor on the shelf. I don't really wanna talk when the cap comes off, yeah. I don't really give a fuck, I'ma let you walk, yeah. Let me live my life, I'ma let you do you, yeah. I just wanna have fun and